So slash 24 is the abbreviated version of your subnet mask. Okay, subnet mask. After the IP address, you always provide the subnet mask. For class A, it is 255, yes, dot 0.0.0. For class B, it is 2 times 255, 2 times 0. For class C, it is 255.255.255.0. Okay, so 255 means what? That octet is full. Octet means 8 bits. So if I'm talking about class A, it is written 255 dot 3 times 0. So one octet is full. So I can write slash 8, means 1 represents your network and 0 represents the host. Okay, so 8 bits are reserved for the network and remaining 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24 bits reserved for host. 2 raised to 24 systems or IP address can be generated in class A. For class B, 2 octets are full, 8 plus 8. So it is slash 16. It is slash 16. Okay, so and remaining zeros, how many zeros are there? Again 2 octets. Okay, 8 plus 8, 16. So 2 raised to 16 IP addresses can be generated in class B. And for class C, 3 times 255, 1 times 0. So 8 plus 8 plus 8, 3 times 255 are there. Okay, so 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24. Okay, so 24 bits reserved for network and only 8 bit reserved for your host. So 2 raised to 8 is the capacity of your class C network. So depends on your capacity of your network, you can choose the respective class of IP. So instead of writing 255.255.255.0, I can write slash 24. That's it. Understood now? Any doubts? Shall we move ahead? Okay, this is called as CIDR. If you want the technical term, which is CIDR, classless interdomain routing, CIDR, which is the abbreviated version of subnet mask. While solving the problem, I cannot write every time this subnet mask. I know what is the default subnet mask for A, B, and C class C. Okay, but instead I can write slash 8 for class A, slash 16 for class B, and slash 24 for class C. Okay, this is some basic knowledge, you should know it. So if you go to this particular Wi-Fi signal symbol, so it will be showing the IP address 192.168.0.86/24 because the class of this IP address is class C. How to identify the class of IP? You have the ranges. For class A, it is 0 to 127. For class B, it is 128 to 191. For class C, it is 192 to 223. So 192 is lie in the third range, and that is why it is class C IP address. And that is why slash 24 is given. Understood? That is the default subnet mask for default CIDR value. We can go with the subnetting, that is we are changing this CIDR value also, that is custom subnet mask. Okay, so you can go through the in detail in what you can say in computer networks. So once you log on to this Raspberry Pi, so this is my screen of Raspberry Pi. Okay, I can operate the Raspberry Pi, so same will be reflected there. Okay, so as I mentioned, now how to start the node RAID. So either you can go to the terminal and here write the node RAID. Okay, node dash RAID. Okay, and hit enter. It will start all the services required for the starting of your the node RAID server. Okay, so this is the one way, but I am now showing the another way. I'm now minimizing this screen of VNC, and I can go to the very popular tool name as in PuTTY, PUTTY. So it is the remote desktop login that is using SSH or telnet service. Okay, what you need to do simply, but it is only for CLI, that is your command line interface. It will provide you the command line interface only, not the graphical. In VNC we have just graphical way presentation, means we can operate the device, but here we can give the commands only. Okay, now see, I know the IP address of my Raspberry Pi, which is 192.168.0.6, and click on SSH, that is secure shell login. Okay, and click on open. Once you click on open, it will ask for enter the login username. Okay, so provide here login username is pi. Yes, and I told you that the default username is pi and password is raspberry. Okay, so if I hit enter, it will ask to enter the password of the Raspberry Pi. So I'm just writing the password, but it cannot be visible to you in terminal. Okay, so it is RASPBERRY. Okay, and once I hit enter, it will successfully log in to the Raspberry Pi, and I'll be showing now getting the access of my Raspberry Pi in command line interface mode, CLI mode. Okay, so whatever the command, I can write it here. Suppose I can write ls, it will list all the kind of folders or contents. So what I'm going to do now, I'm now starting the node RAID from here remotely. So node dash RAID, RAD. So once I hit enter, all the respective services of node RAID will be initiated. Now see, one by one lines are executed and it will provide you one unique IP address. Okay, so if you're observing here, it will be showing http://127.0.0.1:1880. So you should know this special IP. Examiner can ask you, what is the significance of this IP 127.0.0.1? What is the speciality of this IP? So this is the loopback address. If you want to check whether your NIC card is working or not, yes, you simply ping this IP address and definitely you are getting the responses. Okay, let me show you that to you. Suppose I am pinging it 127.0.0.1 and I got the infinite response, so I can write -t. I'll definitely get the response because I'm now connected to the internet via NIC card and my NIC card is working properly. I know that. Because of that only I connected to the internet. So I'll definitely getting the responses multiple times. If you are getting some problem here, means your NIC card is faulty. So to troubleshoot it, yes, we can have this loopback address, and the DNS name for this loopback address is, yes, anybody knows it? The local host. Local host. So if I don't remember the IP, so I can ping it with local host also. Okay, I'll be getting the responses again. Yes, so it is the DNS name. So you should know this IP is a loopback address, and I'm just pinging it. So it was a loopback test. Okay, and the DNS name for this IP is nothing but the, yes, it is localhost. And you should have this port number also, and combination of IP address and port address, it's called as socket address. If you have gone through some experimentations of computer networks, it is called as, yes, socket address. Please remember it, IP address plus port number called as socket address. So you can directly use this IP address to get the console locally on a Raspberry Pi, but that will not work because this is the IP address of that system, local system, and my system is also having the same IP address. This is a local IP address, but I want the dynamic or static IP address which is taken by the Raspberry Pi along with the port number. So what I can do, I can open the browser, okay, and here I can write the IP address of the Raspberry Pi 192.168.0.6:1880. So this is the socket address. Instead of 127.0.0.1, I have simply provided the IP address of Raspberry Pi. Okay, because it is globally identified now, or it is locally identified within my network. So once I hit enter, yes, it will starting your node RAID application. Now see, this is the front end of my node RAID application. So if you're observing here, we have different flows. These are the workflows, worksheets, where you can design your actual circuitry. That is your flow. Node RAID means we have here on the left hand side multiple number of nodes. Okay, and suppose I have just designed it here. Okay, I have just simply what I need to do, I simply need to drag and drop these nodes. Okay, and simply suppose this is the output node, this is the input node, and I am simply joining it. So once I deploy it, now on the right hand side panel you have the deploy option. So once I deploy it, whatever the timestamp or input I am providing, it will be shown at the output. Okay, can I show it? Now see, I'm double clicking this node and I am now providing some information. Suppose I am interested in the string, so I can select here the string and write hello. Okay, I have inserted this string, click done, and once I deploy it, now here on the right hand side panel you have here number of options. That is nothing but your information, your help, your debugging mode. So I'm interested in knowing the outcome message in debug mode. So if I deploy the code, now it will be getting here the message, yes, it is deployed successfully. And if I click on this part, okay, now see the payload message, whatever the message I have injected, now it will be showing the notifications also. The message hello is injected. So I am doing it manually, but you can do it automatically with the help of different hardware devices once you have interface to the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so I'm now removing it. So on the left hand side we are having so many different number of nodes and we are connecting with each other. Okay, so we are having functional nodes, we are having networking nodes, okay, output nodes, then storage nodes, social nodes, Raspberry Pi nodes. So I'm using these Raspberry Pi nodes. I can have the output node, input node, as well as the different types of dashboards. So I can switch, I'm getting the button, I can simply drag and drop. I can use the switch, I can use the slider, okay, I can use certain gauges, charts, okay, notifications, templates, multiple things are there. If it is not currently available in your node RAID, you can simply click on this particular 3 lines, this is a menu bar, and go to the manage palette. Okay, click on the manage palette and here click on the palettes, install, and here search the dashboard. So if you entered, you need to find the node RAID dashboard. So currently it will look like installed, but now see it will be showing it is installed. So already I have installed it, that is why it is added here in the left hand side of this particular the menu bar. Okay, so in this way you can add multiple things, multiple nodes, depends on your requirements. So it is a way of graphically doing it, no need of writing the code. Simply you need to insert some small part of your instructions and that's it. So let me show you something. Now see what I'm going to take. I'm just going to take one Raspberry Pi output. Okay, so this is my Raspberry Pi GPIO output. I have taken it here, GPIO out. Okay, and I'm simply taking this inject button, timestamp. Okay, and I'm simply connecting it. Now, if I double click on this Raspberry Pi, I'll be getting the console of all my GPIO 40 pins. I can enable it, I can disable it. Okay, whatever the message or status I need to upload to the Raspberry Pi, I can upload it easily. Suppose I am now selecting this 40th number pin, which is GPIO 21. Okay, so once I select it, I can click done. So this pin I have selected is 40, and in a timestamp, if I am here providing a string as a 1, done. Okay, I am now simply providing 1 as means I am activating. I'm sending a control signal on your Raspberry Pi pin number 40. Whatever the device connected on pin number 40 of the Raspberry Pi will be turned on if the control signal getting is 1. That is, I'm It's a home automation. Okay, now I'm deploying it. Once it is deployed, it will be showing my status it is okay. Okay, and once I insert it, now see this number, now currently it is 1, it is showing, means this pin is activated now. Okay, so in the same way, suppose I can simply copy paste it, and here double click it, and instead of string 1 I can provide string 0. Okay, and I can connect it, I deploy it. Okay, so earlier I can provide 1, yes, 1 is injected. After I want to turn it off, I can inject 0. Now see, the same would be reflected here also and here also. Means how effectively I can turn the device on, turn the device off effectively. Okay, no coding at all is required here. Very simple. So you need to design your logic by connecting the n number of different nodes. So let me go to the your uh, the home automation first, and then the humidity and temperature monitoring. So what I did, I have imported here 3 Raspberry Pi pins, that is GPIO out pins. Okay, let me show you. Double click it. Now first I have selected this GPIO 3 pin. Sorry, 5. GPIO 3 means 5 number pin. Okay. Second one, GPIO 12 number pin. That is your GPIO 18 is 12 number pin. And third is your GPIO 17, means it's 11 number pin. So here I have interfaced buzzer to the pin number 5, LED to the pin number 12, and a relay to the pin number 11. You can add multiple devices also. You can add multiple devices also. So I have at the input, I have selected some switches. Okay, I have selected some switches, and if you're observing, let me show you. Yes, if I'm showing it here, you can create here, go to the dashboard. Okay, and I have created here 2 tabs. Okay, one for home automation. Under the home automation, I have created 2 tabs as a home, where 3 different devices I can operate: LED, relay, and buzzer. And for DHT11, this is the second group I have created, and the humidity and temperature I need to monitor it. Okay, so what I am doing it, initially double click on the buzzer, this particular switch button. Just select here the group that I have created. Either it can be home automation home or DHT11. This is a part of home. Okay, here provide the labeling. This will act as a buzzer. Buzzer will be operated. Okay, when it will be start when this condition is true. Okay, so that's it. For LED, double click it, select your group, here label it, okay, and condition whether it is a true and false. And again same for relay, here provide the nomenclature as relay, provide the same group and the condition if it is satisfied or not. That's it. You have done with this particular module. Okay, so let me first show you this content, and then I can later move to the, this is the second experiment about the humidity and temperature monitoring. So side by side, what I'm showing that here in timestamp. Now see, initially I have taken one Raspberry Pi DHT11. So you can drag and drop from the Raspberry Pi here. You can simply drag and drop. Earlier it was DHT22, double click it. You can here select either it was DHT11 or DHT22. Okay, you need to select the BCM GPIO, and you need to check, select your DHT11 is connected to your Raspberry Pi using which pin number. Okay, so currently let me show you that if I connect it to the DHT11, it is connected to the pin number 4. Okay, which is pin number 4. And here the temperature and humidity functions I have separated it. How I have separated it? Now if timestamp is started, it will Raspberry Pi or DHT11 sensor will generate certain what you can say, the readings by whatever the delta change happen in the atmosphere. So both the contents are visible on a same device, DHT11. It's temperature as well as humidity. So I need to here separate it out. So if I click on the temperature, I need to write these two lines only. What is your payload? Message payload is same your message payload, and the return the message. Okay. So in humidity, I can write message payload as message humidity. Okay. So double click on humidity, and now see message payload equal to message humidity and return the message. That's it. So once you have gone through this, provided the information, so I have selected here the gauges. So double click it one of the gauge, select the group. So now this is the group of your DHT11. Okay. Here provide the labeling, whether the temperature, humidity or all. Okay. Provide the units. So it is degree centigrade. Provide the range also from 0 to maximum 50. So I have selected the type of gauge as level, but you can select is different also gauges. Now see, if you are having this gauge, we are having here three different colors are shown. One for when it is normal temperature, one it is a two reaches to your thresholding value, and if it is crosses to the thresholding value, it will be showing in three different ranges, and I'll show you it one in form of gauge. I can click OK. So if I am double clicking the humidity, I have select here either a gauge, donut, compass or level. So I am keeping this as a level. Okay. Provide the label as humidity. Unit is percentile. We always measure the humidity in percentage. Range is between 0 to 100. That's it. Done. Okay. So once you have done these things, so we are covering here two contents in a easy way. Two practical, that is home automation and the temperature and humidity monitoring in a simplest way. So once you deploy it, your Raspberry Pi starts working. But now again the console, this is your back end. So the question might be coming in your mind, so where is the front end? How you can operate these switches? Okay, so what you need to do, simply you need to copy your socket address, open another tab. Okay, and after the socket address you need to provide UI, that is user interface. It's how user can interact with this particular node RAID. Okay, so once I hit enter, now see, I'll be getting the front end. I no need to design your separate front end and back end. Automatically it will be generated. Okay, so for humidity I have shown using this particular way. So this is the humidity, is nothing but it is represented in levels. Okay, and this is the temperature. Currently it is 27 degrees centigrade using this gauge type. What is the gauge type? It is simply gauge. Okay, if I am selecting it levels and if done, deploy it. So see, both the things are shown in the levels only. So currently it is 79 degrees percentile, the humidity, and temperature is 27 degrees. Now I'm having here three different options to operate. So if I turn on, so LED will be turned on. If it is relay, relay will be turned on. If it is buzzer, buzzer will be turned on. So let me show you how we can operate it. So I'm just keeping it here, and I'm simply using one console because I don't have a separate camera. Okay, so I'm using the camera of my mobile phone. So let me give only 2 minutes so that I can show the contents. So what I need to do, simply I need to use one tool as a team viewer. So it is remote desktop application, that you can access your any disk system remotely. Okay, I'm showing it side by side. Okay, so I'm just selecting the IP address of my mobile, that is the unique code ID. Okay, and select the remote control and send the command as an connect. Now it will try to authenticate it. I'll be getting certain messages on my mobile phone to authenticate yes or no. And once I start it, my mobile phone contents will be visible. Okay, so whatever I am now doing it will be visible to you. Okay, so let me show you. So I need to operate my camera. So if you are observing here, I have the Raspberry Pi here. If you are observing, okay, these are the GPIO pins where I have connected this relay, okay, this buzzer and this LED as well as DHT element. Okay, so I'll just show you in side by side way. Sorry. Now see, now if you are observing both the content simultaneously, now once I operate it to turn on the LED, see the LED is started. Okay, so again I am selecting it to turn the device off. So again turn it on, turn it off. Relay, you might be observing the audio. Now see, here light is blinking. It started. It's turned off. Okay, started. So at the output of relay, you can connect multiple devices. Okay, so respective number of switches you need to import it here. Okay, and for buzzer, if it is started, buzzer is you're turning on, and now it is turned off. Okay, and the current humidity and percentage. Okay, the humidity and percentage value will be visible to you. The currently it is 79%, 78%, and temperature is 27%. You can operate not only this with the help of your laptop, but also with the help of your mobile phone also. So let me show you. Simply what you need to do, I need to here import the IP address 192.168.0.6:1880/UI, and if you hit enter, the same contents, the front end will be visible to you. Now see, yes, so from here also, as I'm seated, suppose I'm in a home now currently, so simply access this with the help of the IP address, and you can turn on the devices here. Automatically it will be operated. Okay, so in this way you can interface here multiple sensors. I have only shown one sensor. You can go with the interfacing with your different sensors. Those are required for monitoring the air content, also to check the quality of air. Also you can go with the checking of your quality of water as well. Okay, in agricultural field also, means the applications are very wide. Okay, so in this way you can do these particular experimentations very effectively. The front ends will be automatically generated. Only what you need to do, you need to simply draw this node RAID connectivity, the graphical way how it is connected. Okay, and once you have explored, if it is deployed, yes, definitely you can access it within your network.